Hello, my name is Ian. Welcome to the channel. This channel is all about music and art. And every year, my wife and I go to Edinburgh Festival Fringe as official reviewers. And what I thought we'd do in the run-up to the Fringe, because we're 2 months away, what I will do over the next few weeks is I will repurpose some of our previous 4- and 5-star reviews so that you can get a feel for some of the things that you might want to go and see while you're at Edinburgh Festival Fringe. So I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy the reviews. And if you see us at Edinburgh Fringe, please say hello. Good afternoon,
Hi,
YouTubers. You know, that's us. Good afternoon, audience. We're Ian and Jane doing the Edinburgh
hello.
Fringe, day 6, show 2. This was Jane's choice, and this was the Last Bantam. So this was a one-man show by a chap called Michael Hughes. And I'll just give you I'll read you the bit of blurb. So 1914, the Great War rages. Britain recruits 30,000 men between 5 foot and 5'3" to fight. These men come from all over Britain, Ireland and Canada, known as the Bantams, after the small aggressive rooster. They formed into special Bantam battalions. And then we've got a little bit more information and some reviews.
Well, interestingly, so this is obviously documented. So in 1918 in Bouzincourt, France, a group of reporters visit the front to write about the Bantams. And we were actually the audience.
Yeah,
he referred to us as the reporters.
You know, he started shouting to us because I think he was a sergeant. I know he had 2 stripes.
He did.
So he started shouting at us as though we were his
all
recruits.
Of us.
All of us.
Not
all
just
of us.
us.
Yeah.
All of us.
And then everybody, and he asked a question, and nobody said anything. So I asked it again, and everybody said, "Yeah, you know, I didn't." And he pointed me out. He said, "You know," and I went, "Yes, sir." And he went, "Bloody reporters," or something like that, which was quite a nice little touch. I thought, really, you know. So we were engaged right from the beginning.
My name is Patrick Michael Wolfe. I joined the 15th Bantam Battalion. Men between 5 feet and 5'3". As they said, short and wide, that's the style. But it wasn't easy to get here. Craters. Barbed wire. Do you understand? I never saw such hate. How do you kill a monster?
So, I mean, I want to know what made you choose it, because I'll be honest with you, it wouldn't have been my choice.
Because it was based on it's historical, so it's based on fact, which always interests me from a sort of creative theatrical point of view. I like it when people create something out of a real true life. And I had never heard of the battalion of Bantams in the First World War. I didn't know there was such a thing. And my paternal grandfather was in the First World War, so I have an interest, and
Okay.
that's why.
Yeah, I mean, there was some interesting points made that a lot of because he's Irish, is Michael, and a lot of the Irish gentlemen signed up because they wanted freedom.
They were promised.
They were promised freedom for Ireland, for them still to be part of the United Kingdom, but to be able to govern themselves, not just the south but the north as well. Well, clearly that didn't happen.
But they were promised.
But that's an awful lot of men signed up on that basis, and then obviously so there was a political element to it as well. Really.
And he was playing Patrick Michael Wolfe, who was a teacher from Dublin, who was the last remaining original Bantam, because he explained at the end. Because you're thinking, well, when you read that, you think, well, has everybody else died? But he then actually went on to describe how a lot went to work in the were redeployed to the tank regiments because being small actually helped.
There was an issue for the Bantams as battalions as well, because with one exception, a chap called Tiny, who was literally 5 foot, all of the officers were tall, and they would get shot first because they were, they would be standing up.
Well, and also they were very obviously the officers.
Yeah, because
they were
targeted because they were tall.
Which was just one of those sort of points of historical interest. And the fact is that, I mean, he volunteered. He wasn't conscripted, but there were an awful lot of men but they were below the 5'3" threshold to sign up. So they were all wandering around. They couldn't sign up in Ireland, so they came over to Britain, and they were joined by lots of other people. There were a lot of miners, apparently, and ship workers. They were all under 5'3", so they wouldn't sign them up. And then they came up with this idea.
Of having to create these battalions.
Because he was saying that it was the Bantam miners who were the ones that used to tunnel underneath the German lines,
underneath no man's land,
and play. And I've the Birdsong is the book. It was a novel by
Sebastian Faulks.
Yes, Sebastian Faulks, that I've read, and in fact we've got it on the bookshelf at home, and I'm going to have a quick look in that and see if it mentions the Bantams.
Yeah, good idea.
If I read it, then I'd completely forgotten. Yeah, it didn't mean anything to me. So I'm sort of looking at that with different eyes.
But it's a really good, solid piece of theatre. Very powerful.
Because Michael comes in full kit.
Yeah. The only thing he's missing is a rifle.
Yeah. But he's got everything. He's got things attached front and back, and obviously he said that they were infantry, so they walked everywhere with a full kit on. I mean, he was saying that the weight of the kit was sometimes
half the weight of the man.
At least half the weight of the man.
Yeah,
because if they were quite small built, it looked genuine to the point that at the end of the production, there was a moment for me to ask him, was the kit genuine? And he said, sadly not, because they're all in museums.
Yeah.
Though his boots, it's a
reconstruction that he's then distressed.
So he made it look well worn. But he said his boots, apart from his boot, they are still made by the company that made them in 1915,
which is quite incredible, really.
So that is a fantastic link to in history. So he basically told the story in vignettes, in when they were involved in particular battles, how they were treated, because obviously, he said that the French in particular sort of just were derogatory because they were so small, I mean, compared to the other soldiers.
Yes, exactly.
But they fought very, very hard.
Yeah, it's a really good piece of work.
No, I really think it's brilliant.
We've also put together a dedicated website where all of our reviews live, which is sinnersreview.co.uk. I'll link that down below if you want to go and have a look at there. But certainly when we're at Edinburgh, all of our reviews will go on there. And last year we saw over 60 shows in 14 days. So we're hoping to do the same again this year. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you soon. Cheers now. Bye-bye.